Good evening. It is Tuesday, February 11th, 2025, and coming to you from Lonely Tree Media Studios in Tacoma, Washington. This is the Best Lamb Sports Show. I'm your host, David Lamb. With me is my son, Parker. Say hello, Parker.
Hello, Parker. I don't think they really know.
It's pretty good, though. I mean, that's a lot of applause.
Yeah, that's why I think they're faking.
I mean, it is only 3 people, but it sounds a lot more.
But they have 20 hands.
So. It is post Super Bowl, so football season's over. Which is disappointing at best.
Bring that back up.
No. To be fair, the UFL's starting here in about a week and a half or 2 weeks or what?
Oh,
2 or 3 weeks.
Boy,
I know, right? The commercials. They spent a lot of money on the commercials. Have you seen the commercials? Like it has the panther, right? It's like the voice of
yeah.
It's with the naturalist guy, whatever, and it's got like the panther showing his speed and power, but he's no match for a battle hawk. And I'm like, it's pretty funny. It's pretty good, but I still probably won't watch it. So
yeah, I do this thing where every once in a while a game will pique my interest and I'll tune in, and then I'll go, all right, I can watch this every week, and then I'll go to turn on and I'll go, I'd just rather watch something else.
Here's what we're gonna do next week. We're gonna preview the UFL season.
Ooh.
I mean, it won't take long. There's not that many teams that we're gonna see who actually is playing in the UFL that we should care about.
Okay.
Is it anybody who's coaching in the UFL? Should we care about those guys? So that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna talk about what happened last year, and does anybody care? And I think this year they're actually going like home schedules, like at people's homes, because like the first year they played.
Really?
I think so, because they actually played all of them in like Birmingham, Alabama, right?
Yeah.
I think this year's a different
Which
thing,
was crazy to me that there was a Birmingham team, and
Yeah.
you still play it there.
And they were home the whole
I'm looking
time.
at their thing right now. Yeah, they're playing it.
Yeah.
The first game is St. Louis versus Houston, and they play at TDECU Stadium in Houston.
Yeah, see, so this year was the year they targeted to go actually to those places and play. So I think you're going to see a lot bigger crowds because a home team is actually, if those two teams are playing in Birmingham, who cares, right? Birmingham people don't care. Alabama fans don't care about nothing but Alabama anyway. So there's that. Anyway, let's talk some NFL football, shall we?
You can do that.
Okay. So Super Bowl 59 happened. That's the best way I can put it. We were expecting. So let's be fair. Everybody, you, me, everybody said, "Hey, listen, all Kansas City has to do is stop Saquon Barkley from running the football." And they're going to win this football.
What we said?
I did. I mean, you thought it.
I definitely had my brain in that.
We may not.
Saquon's been going crazy.
We may not have said it out loud, but that's literally what everyone thought. Hey, all we got to do is shut down Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley was held to 57 yards on 25 carries, 2.3 yards a carry. His longest run of the day was 10 yards. Kansas City absolutely shut him down. However, someone forgot to tell the Kansas City offense they're supposed to score points.
Well, they've had trouble scoring points all year.
They have, and the Philadelphia defense took huge advantage of that. So Jalen Hurts was the leading rusher in the game with 72 yards, 11 carries for 72 yards, right? He had that one touchdown. Of course, we had to have a tush push or a brotherly shove or whatever you want to call it.
Or one of those things, yeah.
Right. I don't know what the word is, but we had to have one of those, which frustrates me. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley had to get involved other ways. He was a leading receiver. He had 6 catches, by the way. He had the most catches in the game for Philadelphia.
Check down city.
Right, but only for 40 yards, so meh. But and one of those was 22 yards, so he had 5 catches for 18 yards other than the one catch. Anyway, Philadelphia didn't really need to do much offensively. Their defense took care of everything. And so as the game went on, Philly scores that on the 1 yard Jalen Hurts tush push in the first quarter, halfway through, and I'm like, okay, this is still a game though. Kansas City hasn't looked good, but sometimes it takes a little while to get moving, right?
Right.
Second quarter comes along, Kansas City still not doing anything. Philly kicks a field goal on a possession, and then immediately on the next possession, the Cooper DeJean 38-yard interception return for a touchdown was a huge play early. So now it's 17-0. And then the next possession for Philly, they go down the field and score just before the half with a minute and a half left, 24-0. So Kansas City has
That was off of a pick, right?
the second pick by Bond, yeah.
Yeah, because it was 2 plays, 14 yards. It was off of a pick.
Yeah, so it was Bond that intercepted that other ball. And so you had 2 interceptions in the first half by Patrick Mahomes, which is really unusual, but he was being pressured every down without blitzing.
It's quite harassed.
Yeah, Philadelphia didn't blitz at all. And yet they managed to own the Kansas City offensive line. So they spotted them 24 points in the first half, and you're like, okay, but still, this is Kansas City. Everyone said that at halftime. You know that's what everybody said. Still, it's Patrick Mahomes. It's Kansas City. This picture right here, by the way, I thought
strip sack.
I thought that would hurt more. I thought he was going to get hurt when I saw it happen in real time.
How you don't throw a flag for illegal hands to the face?
He did. He smacked him square on the face mask.
Square on the face mask.
Now they're saying that it was after the fumble, like it wouldn't make a difference, and I'm like, does it?
Still penalty.
I think it is.
Well, I mean, linemen don't have the ball in their possessions and things like that,
right?
And they still can get illegal hands to the face. You're not allowed to make contact with another person's face mask.
Agreed. It almost felt like, and this is from our conspiracy theory standpoint, it almost felt like they were making sure that we didn't think they were rooting for Kansas City.
I think that all of the global narrative caught up with the NFL, and they said we've got to correct. So they hard corrected back the other direction.
So the word from HQ, the word from New York on down all season long has been make sure Patrick Mahomes makes it to the Super Bowl. And then at some point in time, everybody said, this looks fishy. And now the narrative from HQ is let's make sure it doesn't look fishy. Except it looked fishy the other way, right?
Yeah, it looked suspiciously in favor of
Philadelphia.
Philly, because you were like, well, when they all right, so that first drive for Kansas City, when they threw that AJ Brown pass interference.
Yeah,
offensive pass interference.
It was sort of. It was ticky tack, but he did push him and he did fall, but he did more trip than he did.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see why you called it.
If you have a let them play mentality, then you let them play. But like when that happened, we had like 15 people over, something like that, and everyone went, "Well, here it goes." Here they go. They're about to start, and then they just
it didn't. Yeah, it didn't.
And started calling the other way constantly, and you're like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
Ultimately, they were close. Like I think the Chiefs had 7 penalties, and the Eagles had 8 penalties. Yeah, 7 for 75 and 8 for 59. Yeah. So the Eagles committed more penalties, but it didn't matter. Yeah, their defense, the rush was so good. It just so good.
He never really got comfortable back there, and he escaped a lot of it, but then he still made some uncharacteristically bad passes, like off-target things. Normally
strange stuff.
Yeah, normally when he escapes, he's still finding a guy. But it didn't happen in this game. Every time there was a thing. I mean, the first half possessions the first quarter possessions for Kansas City, punt, interception, touchdown, punt, interception, punt. Right? They had almost negative yards. I think they had negative yards in the first quarter. Let me just see. 7 yards is 14, right? -6. So that makes us 8. -6, that makes us 2. The interception with 1 play, 0 yards, and they had 1 yard of offense in the first half. In the first quarter, sorry. In the first quarter. 1 yard. You can't win many games like that. No, in the first half. That's right. In the first half. Yeah, they literally had nothing in the first half. The second half, and so at halftime, it's 24-0, and I'm sitting there telling I'm telling the audience, the people, anybody that will listen, and there's only 2 people in my household besides me, but I'm sitting there telling them, what Kansas City needs to do? Xavier Worthy needs to get the ball. You need to find him a way to cross the field. You need to dump it to him quick, whatever you got to do. But he's the fastest guy in the field. He's the only guy that if you get it to him now, he's got a chance to do something with it. And because you got to get rid of it, you got to go now because you don't have time, or you got to design a boot, right, where you're rolling him out with a crossing receiver or something. But it's got to be Xavier Worthy, and that didn't happen until late in the game. They didn't start hitting Xavier Worthy till the fourth quarter. So I don't know what the deal was, but Kansas City scored 3 touchdowns in the second half. They actually outscored Philly in the second half, 22-16.
When they scored that second one, we kept making jokes about it's going to be the greatest comeback of all time. Here it comes. Any minute now. Here it comes.
Yeah.
They scored that first touchdown. We all looked at each other and went, oh, here it comes. And then they got to stop and then scored really fast.
They did.
And we went, oh, crap. Are we about to get 3 recovered onside kicks that lead to a title?
Honestly, the play that killed Kansas City was the Hurts pass, 46 yards to Devontae Smith, right down the middle of the field that put them up 34-0. It was 27-0, and at that point you're going, okay, well, still, if they can get a touchdown and get back in the game, and then one play they went deep down the field. I was like, well, I was not expecting that, and then now it's 34-0. Here's another question. Not that it matters in the end of this thing because the score didn't make a difference, but Kansas City scores on the next possession, right? 5 plays, 90 yards. They go fast, right? They get Worthy for the touchdown, right? And then they go for 2, down 34-6. Why?
Yeah, everyone thought the same thing. Maybe it's just momentum. Maybe if you do that a couple times, you save yourself
the point.
Yeah, we all were like, I don't understand why you
take the point.
Why you just went for 2.
Right, that was a weird decision because even if you get it, you're still down 26. And there's no difference really between 27 and 26 other than a tie versus a win if you get to that point. You still need 3 touchdowns with 3 2-point conversions and a field goal to win. I'm like, that was dumb. I just take the point because the point would have given you that feeling of, ooh, we scored 7. You know? Sometimes it's just about the feeling. But anyway, then Philadelphia went down 10 plays, 6 minutes, kicked a field goal, and this game was over at that point.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. So
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the fallout will be. I know that Philly has a couple massive contracts that they're dealing with. Was it Josh Sweat is a free agent?
Yeah.
Milton Williams is a free agent. Brandon Graham is a free agent. Zach
yeah,
Bond
there's
is a
lot.
free agent.
There's a lot.
They have a lot that they're going to have to try and cover for. Either through the draft or through re-signing people. And I don't think, if I remember right, they do not have that much cap space going into next year. So I think they're going to be they're going to be struggling to return this defense. But if they can return, I mean, this is a Vic Fangio defense, which freaking Vic Fangio ruined my Broncos and then goes on to have success everywhere else. And also, if you're the Dolphins, you fired Vic Fangio last year.
Yeah, well, agree.
What I'm hearing is that this is a personnel issue.
Yeah.
Vic Fangio might not be the reason a team is successful, but you give a good coach, good players, willing players, you'll get good results. I'm guessing that some of those Dolphins players did not want to put up with this crap as much.
Could be.
So
could be true. Let's go.
I think that's what I read somewhere is that he coaches hard and all the guys don't like it.
So let's go through some of the numbers real quick. Kansas City passing, Mahomes was 21 of 32 for 257. 3 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. And the interceptions were brutal.
Yeah.
6 sacks. He was sacked 6 times, which was amazing. It's still only one off the record for the Super Bowl. His QBR was 11.4 for the game, which has got to be the lowest he's ever had. I got a feeling. I don't know. I could be wrong. His rating was still 95, but his QBR was 11.4. I never understand those things. Those things don't make no sense. He was also the leading rusher. 4 carries for 25 yards. Kansas City ran the ball 11 times all game. I think that's part of the problem. You couldn't trick the Philadelphia defense into thinking you were going to run the football. So you just gave up on it at some point in time. 11 rushes in the whole game for 49 yards. The longest rush they had all day was 8 yards. So it was not great. It was just not a great day for their rushing team. The receiving wise, Xavier Worthy, 8 catches, 157 yards, almost 20 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns. He was on, but it wasn't until the second half when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was hurting. Kelsey, 4 catches on 6 targets, 39 yards. He was a non-factor. Just a non-factor. Almost everybody other than Worthy was a non-factor in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to your point about running the ball, their first 3 drives were punt, punt, punt.
Yeah.
They ran the ball one time
One time. Just
in
run
3 drives.
take some time off the clock.
Yeah,
If you
no,
nothing
they
else.
didn't do it, and that was on that second drive, and they said cream hunt up the middle for 2
Oh.
yards, and then but before it was a pass, after it was a pass, and then every other drive was just pass, 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 pass. So
You ran
yeah,
for 4.5 yards a carry. I mean, it wasn't like you couldn't run the football, but Hunt and Pacheco technically 6 carries for 16 yards. They were not effective. Pirine with a 1 carry for 8 yards, but it was all Mahomes. But more than that was scramble yards. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
was him getting loose. They don't design plays for him. Anyway, the lost fumble by Mahomes, also the strip sack, was a
huge.
big deal. So
It was
again,
timely.
this goes with the whole thing we've been saying all postseason, which is turnovers, right? Turnovers will cost you in the playoffs, and they cost Kansas City big time. Drew Tranquil was 11 tackles and a sack, right? 1 quarterback hit. He was everywhere for Kansas City, but it didn't matter. And then you had the interception for Kansas City by Brian Cook, which for no yards, but that was deep down the field. That was like a punt almost, right? So
Yeah,
it didn't amount to
just a throwaway.
it was just a throwaway, yeah. But that was Jalen Hurts backing up and trying to throw it off his back foot to get it in the end zone.
It was a terrible looking.
It
throw.
was a bad idea, just all the way around. For Philadelphia, Hurts was 17 of 22 for 221 yards. Kenny Pickett did throw a pass at the end of the game, and it was incomplete. I don't. Here's my question. Here's what I don't understand about QBR. Kenny Pickett was 0 for 1, no yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. His QBR is 0.5. How do you get a 0.5 for not doing a damn thing? Just throwing a pass gets you a 0.5. What? What? That doesn't make any sense. That's the flaw in these are the metrics. I don't care about the metrics. Kenny Pickett threw 1 incomplete pass and got a 0.5 QBR. He got points for throwing an incomplete pass. That doesn't make any sense. His rating was 39.6. How do you get 39 for nothing? He did nothing.
According to this quarterback rating, it takes into account each play, passing, rushing, penalties, situational factors like down and distance, and the strength of the opposing defense. So a great example would be, I think, and this is just guessing here, is that if you're coming in to kneel the ball,
yeah,
and you fumble it,
yeah,
your QBR is going to be less than if you just kneeled.
Well, sure.
If you kneel, you did your job on the situation. Your QBR is going to stay not high, it doesn't excel, but you'll get something for it. But if you fumbled it, if you took a step backwards and threw the ball behind you like Jameis Winston in the Rose Bowl, then you're gonna You're gonna lose QBR points for that. So it takes into account a ton of stuff. But it is strange.
I feel like if I put you in the game at the end of the game to take a knee, right? And you
Right.
did, you're gonna get a rush for -2 yards or -1 yard or whatever you get, right?
Right.
How on earth can anything be positive? What's the positive of that? You ran 1 time for -2 yards. How does it distinguish? It distinguishes based on when you do it. Because if you ran during the game and you took a snap and you did a quarterback draw and you got -2 yards, your quarterback rating would not be as good. But if you take a knee and lose 2 yards, now all of a sudden, well, that's okay.
Situational.
It's garbage. It's garbage.
You're designed to lose yards.
It's garbage.
And then it's
I agreed.
I saw a thing that said that Kenny Pickett has now had more Super Bowl snaps than Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott. It listed all of these people who you're like
Josh Allen.
Yeah, just all these people, and you're like, oh man.
He's thrown more pass attempts in the Super Bowl than all those guys.
The moment they won the game, I said, "Wow, Kenny Pickett's about to get a ring."
He got a ring.
Leo, and I was like, before the Steelers get one.
That's like the best ever that could happen to Kenny Pickett, right? Hey, we're gonna bring in Russell Wilson. Bye. And what he does, he gets a Super Bowl ring for it. I'm like, that's the best thing ever. Jalen Hurts was the leading rusher. 11 carries, 72 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. Got that 1 tush-push touchdown. Like I said, Barkley was 25 carries for 57 yards. They bottled him up. They did a great job, especially the first 2.5 quarters. He had a couple of runs later.
Yeah.
But they did exactly what they needed to do. They shut down the run. By the way, Kenny Pickett had 3 carries for -4 yards. Those are all knees at the end?
Yeah, those are all knees.
He had 3 carries for -4 yards, 0 for 1, and he still has a QBR and a rating. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Intentional.
I don't get it. Devontae Smith, 4 catches, 69 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 3 catches, 43 yards and a touchdown, and 1 questionable offensive pass interference. I still think he did enough to put hands on a guy that it made it the visual was bad enough. Is all I'm saying. It was just bad enough to go, oh yeah, it's probably pass interference. When you watch it back in slow mo, you're like, he tripped more than he pushed him. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch the Chiefs get beat.
Yeah, Zach Bond had 7 tackles. The one interception and the QB hit. He led the team. Josh Sweat with 2.5 sacks. Milton Williams with 2 sacks. Jordan Davis with a sack. Jalix Hunt had the other half a sack. They were all over him. They just all damn game, and so there's really nothing they could do. Yeah, it was entertaining, sort of, and then it was boring, sort of. And the only thing I was watching was the commercials, right? So, I mean,
what made it entertaining was watching the Chiefs get popped.
And the looks on the sidelines, because they kept panning to guys, like, right?
Travis Kelce just
Travis Kelce, yeah, they're like, what do I do now? I'm losing.
Which sucks because I'm not like a huge anti-Travis Kelce person.
Right.
I'm not actually anti that really anybody on the Chiefs. I don't like D-Hop that much, but no one else really bothers me that much. And yet, it was still satisfying to watch them all be sad.
D-Hop did have 2 points on the 2-point conversion. Right?
He did.
He'd have 2 points in a Super Bowl. As his first ever Super Bowl. Let's be fair, right? Because he played in Tennessee for forever,
he went
right?
Ring chasing just to get blown out in the Super Bowl.
Right. He got himself 2 points in the Super Bowl in a Super Bowl appearance, and he got one of them cool white sweatshirts. I don't know, but
I've got one of those sweatshirts.
Let's talk about the other stuff that happened on the Super Bowl broadcast. Lady Gaga performed, right? And it was a touching. What was the name of that song? Hold My Hand. Was that the name of the song? What was it called? I can't remember. But and she's going all blonde.
Hold my hand.
Hold my hand. She's gone all blonde, which was really weird looking, right? Because I couldn't. I was like, well,
specifically the blonde eyebrows.
Right? Because she bleached everything to do that.
Yeah.
And then the gigantic hat. But so leading up to that, it was Tom Brady and Michael Strahan walking down Bourbon Street in New Orleans to where she was performing. And they were talking about things and turmoil and, the LA fires and New Orleans being a city that's bounced back from hurricanes and flooding and all that kind of stuff, which was great. I just want to ask Tom Brady this. Could you not have tucked in your shirt? Or untucked it? Either one would have been fine. This is what he looked like.
That's the hockey tuck.
This is what he looked like walking down the street. He didn't have time to be bothered with tucking in or untucking his shirt. He half-assed it. And
1,000% somebody handed him that
agreed,
shirt
but just tuck it
3
in.
seconds before.
He went through the process of tucking in part of it. Why wouldn't you do the whole damn? Why wouldn't you look in the mirror? Why wasn't there a guy or a girl there who said, dude, that looks terrible? Right? Isn't there a guy or girl there that's their whole job? That looks terrible. Don't do that. There's Michael Strahan walking down the street. His shirt's untucked, right? And Sean Payton was in that group. And that's Sean Payton's wife, by the way. In this picture, there was all kinds of people in this picture, or in this march down the street. But Tom Brady's the only one who looked stupid. To me, I don't like Tom Brady to begin with, so it was easy.
There's a lot of people that tweeted about it that were asking like, "What's the deal with this?"
Yeah,
hey, but maybe
that's the stuff.
That's the allure.
Let's back up.
He got you riled up and talking about Tom Brady doesn't even play football anymore, and yet you're spending time to think about him.
Let's back up. I immediately said this when this happened. I saw this coming. Your mom's sitting there, and I said, "God, it's a Parker. Parker used to tuck his shirts in like that, but only because he didn't want to be bothered with having to tuck it all the way in. He literally just shoved his hand in one part.
It feels comfortable.
And I'm like, why is that? Why is that a
dominant
thing?
hand, right? Right-handed quarterback, right? So your dominant hand side, you tuck it in. I'm firmly of the belief that because I'm buying a bunch of hockey gear right now because I'm gonna learn how to play. I'm learning to play hockey. I'm gonna be a one-tuck person, tucked in on the right side, on the stick side, on the close side, and then it's gonna be untucked on the left. I get it.
I don't get it.
I will say from a standpoint like this, it looks a little weird. I'd love to see if you can see it coming untucked. Like if it was fully
it was untucked the whole way down the street.
You're
right from the beginning.
Untucked
no, I watched the whole thing.
I hear what you're saying. I hear the edit that you saw had it that way. I'm wondering if this is the 10th take.
Oh, could
Because
be.
this is pre-production. This is not live.
Well, if it took 10 takes, then he shouldn't be on TV.
Well,
Anyway.
I mean, it's because Strahan wouldn't stop laughing.
Well, that's true. Michael probably did. He probably laughed at him. So you want to tuck that in? Nope. All right.
And yet there he is, being a trendsetter.
John Batiste sang the national anthem prior. That piano is beautiful, by the way.
It is really pretty. I said the same thing when I saw it.
That is just gorgeous. And the song, I didn't even. Okay, I'm a purist, and the national anthem needs to be 2 minutes long, right? It is a short song. It is up tempo, and we play it, and we play it, and you will run off stage smiling, right? And yet, the version was so New Orleans. It was so good. I liked it. I really did. I said this. His version was really, really good. The last note was a little, but the rest of it was really good. So, I give it an 8.
Officially, or wait, it says unofficially? Unofficially, he was at 2 minutes exactly.
Perfect. Except it was a little longer than the national anthem is a short song.
But that's from word to last note. So you're singing the first word from the moment you start to the moment you end your hold. And there was some music before that. There was some music after that. But it said it was roughly 2 minutes flat.
And he did repeat "Land of the Free" 3 times. But I mean, that's the thing. But it's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I liked it.
What is the tempo?
It's fast. That song is supposed to be fast. It is a short, fast, up-tempo number. It's not supposed to be that slow. Even as slow as he sung it.
It's 104. It's
104. He doubled it. He doubled it.
What?
At 2 minutes, he doubled it.
Hold on.
Isn't that what you said? It was 2 minutes for his song?
It was, his was 2 minutes.
And he said 104.
104. Well, yeah.
Is the time.
Hold on. I gotta get my metronome out. Because 104 is not that fast.
104 for no. I mean, it's not. If you can stretch it to 3 minutes, you're tripling what it was supposed to be. The intent. 1, 2, 3, 104. A minute 4 is.
That is much faster than what he did it at, but.
Right. It's up tempo, man. It's a number. It's supposed to be fast.
You're totally right. Right. So wait. So how long should it be? How long should the national anthem be at 104?
Fast.
Because that would be way faster.
It is. It literally is. Bum, 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 bum. It's supposed to be that fast. It never is in any of these situations. I know this is your one chance to sing the Super Bowl. Singing the Super Bowl.
140.
Yeah. So. To add
20 seconds shorter,
yeah. It's a fast number. It's supposed to be quick. That's the intent of it. But it never is. I understand why they do it. This is your chance. This is your chance to shine. This is your moment. I get it. Do it. That's fine. I liked his version. I wasn't upset about it.
It wasn't bad.
No.
I didn't think it was fantastic. It was just like, that's good.
I still liked it.
You did a good job.
I had the New Orleans version. You saw Bradley Cooper, right? Introducing the Eagles, right? And his son.
I'm glad it was The Rock. Do you remember when The Rock introduced people at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they do weird
the
things.
Rams a couple years ago.
and we saw, and to be fair, and I didn't put him on here, but we saw Brad Pitt, right, in a talking about New Orleans and getting ready for it, right? And we saw Tom Cruise, right, talking about the teams.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom Cruise needs to just let his hair go gray. Let's be fair. It's dyed. Anyway,
Do we know that?
I don't think Brad's is. I think Brad's is still blonde.
I think he prays to the aliens and they keep it dark color.
There was a commercial for Scientology on the
There was?
There was during the Super Bowl.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh yeah, it was awful. Anyway, but I mean it wasn't much of a commercial. I was like, really? Scientologist got in. All right, spending some cash.
He is finally starting to. Well, first of all, I don't know if they ever make a movie about old Sergio Perez. It's played by Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he could be that. That is right on.
They look very similar.
Oh yeah, he could do it.
Which now makes me have questions about Tom Cruise's Latin heritage, but or Sergio Perez's West Virginian roots.
Right, it could be any of the above.
One of the two.
We don't know.
But Tom Cruise is starting to look old.
Old. Yeah, he's been not just starting. It's been 2 movies ago.
Teetering
2 MIs ago.
A little bit. But there have been moments where you would see him and you'd go, oh, maybe it's just bad lighting because the next scene looks better or whatever.
Right.
Maybe it's just this, maybe it's just that. it's starting to happen all the time. Like
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times you see him, you go, "Oh, he looks old." Like Maverick. Maverick wasn't that long ago. What was that?
I
4 or
haven't
5
even
years.
I haven't even seen it yet. I'll be fair.
Oh gosh, it is
I
so good.
I heard it's good, but I
So, but he does not look old in that movie.
no. Well, I
Like,
mean,
and
sometimes he
that was
does.
it was 2022. So
Sometimes he
let's say
doesn't.
they made it 21, 20. So he was made 4 to 5 years ago. But
Yeah.
yeah, he does not look that old in that movie. All of a sudden though, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Scientology coming for him.
It happens. We also saw Harry Connick Jr., one of the New
Oh,
Orleans, the only white guy from New Orleans.
only white
I
guy
don't
from
know
New.
if that's true, but I mean, I love Harry Connick Jr. I love his voice. He didn't sing, but he introduced some people, so
That's cool.
I was cool with that. And then we saw the Lift Every Voice, right, which we have to play apparently before every Super Bowl. Not that I'm
Yep.
against it, but it's become a tradition now, and that's fine. I'm okay.
Yeah.
She did a great job, and the choir from the New Orleans area was good.
Yeah.
I like that feature. That was good. We had the Kick of Destiny during this game.
We did, which by the way, Eli Manning, also from New Orleans.
Yeah, the Kick of Destiny 3, right? Well, because his dad
And
was playing in New
so is
Orleans, right?
Peyton, yeah. So they're
Yeah,
they're New Orleans natives.
right. I did love the pre-commercials with the hair and the, you know what I mean? These pictures right here with the,
You're gonna be a quarterback
yeah,
just like me and Dad.
right. I loved those. Those were so. These guys are two of the funniest guys who can make fun of themselves. I love that. And of course, Eli wins the Kick of Destiny because Peyton hit the upright.
It was
From 20
rigged.
yards out. It might have. Well, it's hard to hit the upright. I'm just gonna say, you can't
It
just
takes some skill.
intentionally hit an upright. That's an NFL kicker thing. So and plus you cannot tell me that Peyton missed it intentionally. There's no way on earth you can tell me that Peyton.
Did you see how bad he shanked it?
There is no way you can tell me that Peyton Manning, as competitive as he is, would let his brother win.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I don't see
All
that.
the commercials were steering towards this is Eli's destiny.
I
Peyton was
get
the
it.
villain.
I hear you, but I don't think he'd ever let his brother win. I don't think that's a thing. You know what?
You're probably right.
Yeah, you've got a brother. You wouldn't let him win anything.
Unlikely. Yeah.
Or a sister. Yeah, it's unlikely. Well, if you got paid off enough, maybe. But it would still be hard. It'd still be
True.
hard. We had the halftime show, right?
The
So
halftime show,
Kendrick
yeah.
Lamar's there at halftime, coming out on the, I don't even know what kind of car that is. The Cutlass, or is
That's
it?
a Buick Grand National.
Is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which he just stood on. I mean, it's not like he drove it out there. It's weird.
It's so funny when it showed the car because did you watch the broadcast that led up to it?
Yeah.
Like the with Mike with all the commentators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could see them setting it up in the background.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're setting up some kind of car. Oh, it's got a weird thing on the bottom.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is. And oh, is that Kendrick Lamar standing on top of the car right there? And then there was like 2 minutes into a commercials, and then they came back to it, and I was like, I feel like it kind of ruined the surprise
Right.
of it.
Yeah, because they gave it away.
We kind of gave it away. But
It would have
yeah,
been better had he drove it like 10 feet across
Ooh.
stage, got out and jumped on it. Right?
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah,
better.
but it was pretty cool. That's a cool car.
Because you wouldn't have known he was out there. You would have been in the car with a dark tint. You don't even know he's there. But anyway,
That tint is really dark.
Someone-
like you can't.
it's not legal.
There's a spotlight on Kendrick in this picture,
It's
and
not
you
legal
can't see into the
at all.
car.
Yeah.
That's really dark.
I feel like they could have done something anyway. The show was not bad. I'm not a Kendrick Lamar fan, and I will be fair in saying that in song 2, and I'm not sure which song the song 2 was, but by song 2 I said, you know what, we need to turn closed captioning on so I can hear what the hell he's talking about.
Well, okay, that wasn't just you.
No, it was everybody.
He has a very kind of like soft-spoken tone of voice to
Mhm.
begin with, and it was just not coming across very cleanly. We had to switch our sound bars audio style to bump up the vocals,
Right.
so we could hear him. We were like, what is going on?
I could not hear any of it. I was like, okay, I don't know what he's talking about. But then once I was reading it, I was like, okay, but the songs are not bad. It's just not my kind of music.
Yeah.
I mean, it was meh to me, but it was okay. I was more intrigued by his jacket because honestly, I thought his jacket said Florida for the longest time when it came out because it looked orange and blue, but it's not. It's red and blue. It says Gloria. You clued me in on that. I had no idea. But I still thought, I was like, does that say Florida? I was like, no, it doesn't, because there's RIA at the end, and the first letter's not an because he had it unzipped, and I
And he was
couldn't read
moving
it. Yeah, I
constantly.
couldn't
Yeah.
read I couldn't see that it was a G. I thought it was like an
Can you
S.
sit still so I can see your jacket,
At
please?
at first, and no, at first I thought. I mean, because when I first thought it was said Florida, I was like, oh, he's repping Flow Rida. Look at him.
Low rider.
No, he's not.
No, no one wants to rep low rider
He
right
ain't
now.
doing that. Anyway,
No,
he had
it's pretty cool.
SZA on
Yeah.
stage. We saw Venus.
We saw Venus. Yep.
We saw
Yep,
Venus.
She came out and danced.
It was all right. From what I hear, both Venus and SZA were former Drake
Yep.
girlfriends, and this is a whole.
Yep.
Anyway, there's a whole history I don't need to know about, but
I was just so disappointed because Kendrick Lamar is one of the best rappers ever, and the reason why he's one of the best ever is because he doesn't feel as pretentious as a lot of rappers. So
yeah,
your Drakes feel very pretentious, like selling to sell type of things.
sure.
Kendrick Lamar is very much a home roots Compton kind of guy, but
Yeah.
he reminds you of those early 90s rappers
Yeah.
like Dr. Dre and stuff like that,
He's-
and the guys that were really catchy and really fun. He's very true and down home, and he's quite a wordsmith. He's very good lyrically. He does a lot of good stuff there.
He's also
But his best songs, he didn't play any of them.
he's also not a Degrassi product, so there's that. But I mean,
He's also not a Degrassi product. But yeah, I was really hoping he played Damn or Humble, which is
Humble,
one of the
yeah.
biggest. He played DNA, which is the second biggest song off of the Damn album.
right?
And of course he played Not Like Us, but he didn't play Mad City or Backseat Freestyle or All Right, which are all great songs. And I was
Yeah.
like, those are all, in my opinion, better than the other ones. It was just I was a little disappointed. The whole thing was just, from somebody who listens to him,
Yeah.
it was still
Yeah, and I was indifferent to the whole thing. I was like, okay, it's not the visuals are kind of cool. I like the red, white, and blue, the flag, the thing. I'm okay with all this.
That was
and
kind of neat. Yeah.
SZA's voice is good. I
She
like
does
her
have a
voice.
beautiful
Yeah, she's a
voice,
beautiful
yeah.
voice. So I didn't mind that, but I'm like, it's all right. It's going to go down in history for me as like, I give the whole performance a 4 or a 5, right, in terms of Super Bowl performances, right? It's going to be down there. It's not bottom of the list, but it's definitely not in the upper echelon of Super Bowl performances. So.
What I didn't like about it is that I've come to expect Super Bowl performances to be big and grand. And even Rihanna
Flashy.
a couple years ago was suspended from the sky
Right.
on these platforms. Like
Yeah.
you want it to feel otherworldly.
Over the top.
This just kind of felt like a concert.
Yeah.
With
And
some backup dancers
all right.
and some props and things like that. I don't know. Usher last year kind of felt the same way. I mean, he was on the skates, which was kind of cool. So
For
there
sure.
was a athletic
He's also
element to it.
he's also like 50, so.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, but Kendrick performs. This is his second time in 5 years because he performed with Dr. Dre,
yeah.
Eminem, Mary J, and
the heavy rappers.
Yeah,
the day.
and that was a really cool performance because of the set designs and things like that. But
there's been some
yeah,
good
it just-
stuff.
it was just okay.
It was just okay. I don't think, and this is just me talking, I don't think you'll beat Prince performing Purple Rain
Prince,
in the
2007.
rain in
Yeah.
Minnesota, right? You know what I mean?
Pretty much the coolest thing ever.
Pretty much the coolest thing ever. But other than that, I mean, outside of that, that's like a different level of woo.
Katy Perry walking on the giant
Yeah.
prop. What was it? Like a giant tiger.
That also fed
Like,
us
it
Left
was
Shark,
insane. That gave us Left,
Left
Shark.
Shark, yeah.
That's
So that
right.
was
Snoop Dogg
interesting.
performed in that one too.
Because you know what I mean. What's going to be the takeaway from this one? It's going to be the Drake Kendrick
it's
feud,
yeah,
right? That's what you're
yeah.
going to get the takeaway from this. I mean, it's not terrible. It wasn't terrible. I didn't mind it. I just didn't care for it either. I'm not, you know what I mean.
I'll tell you, it was visually appealing, but not appalling. So it was easy to look at.
I'm gonna tell you a line. I'm gonna tell you a line from. You ever seen the movie Yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Which
absolutely.
the Beatles movie? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon, the manager, right? She's
Yeah.
talking about his song "Summer Song" that he sings, right, in that movie, and she goes, "Let me say this. I hated it, but I didn't care enough about it to go back and figure out why." And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of. I'm kind of in that ballpark. All right, let's talk about commercials, shall we? Harrison Ford was in a Jeep commercial. And here's my question. Why did you make Harrison Ford walk 6 miles to get to his Jeep? He walked like across. I don't know where he was. He was in a house and he was talking about
Yeah,
whatever.
he had to leave.
He
Yeah,
walked a long damn ways. The guy's old. He can't. We know he can't fly a
they're
plane
doing
straight.
construction on his driveway.
Maybe he walked a long damn ways to get to that Jeep. I'm like,
I feel like
dude.
that's a real missed opportunity for Ford
Agreed. Agreed. Well,
to
because
not get Harrison Ford because
yeah,
he's the
he
Red Hulk.
mentions
We're
and he
about to get
mentions
him Marvel.
and he mentions it in there, right? He literally says, and my name is Ford. Anyway, it was a
Yeah.
good. It was a not bad commercial, but it was very blah from Jeep. I didn't really
Oh my
necessarily.
gosh, they should get Ryan Reynolds to do a Ford commercial now where his name is like Steve Jeep, and
He would probably
he
do it
keeps
for you too.
reiterating that
Yeah,
his name is
Jeep.
is Jeep.
Yeah, my name's Jeep.
Yep.
That we had another Dunkings commercial, right? Ben and
Yeah, that was
Casey
all right.
Affleck. We had Bill Belichick and his girlfriend.
Yep.
Um, and it was okay. I did like the Starbucks guys, right? That were competing with, right? And he said like, "What? I gotta wait 30 minutes for you to misspell my name or whatever it was his line was." I'm like, "That's funny." It was funny. It wasn't great,
I thought it was just all right.
but I like the beginning of it when they're doing this and he's like, "Can I get a little more enthusiasm from you guys?" Right? And it was pretty funny. I didn't. Oh, hey, look at that! One of my pictures didn't show up, and you get this. This is what happens when one of the pictures doesn't work right. We had the sloth guy, right? I don't remember what the commercial was for.
I don't
Uh,
remember what the
I
stuff
don't.
was
I don't
either.
remember what the sloth was either, but I liked the sloth commercial. The only thing that made it not as good as it could have been was that in Zootopia they have a sloth, right?
Oh,
Working at the DMV,
the
right?
DMV, the big
Yeah,
smile.
yeah, and he starts and he
I
laughs.
said that to
The
Cassie
delayed laugh.
anytime I have a joke that I didn't get at first. She says something to me that's funny, and I send her back the slow
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah. Oh.
Apparently, it was a Coors Light commercial.
Okay, I'll buy that. I don't remember what it was about, but yeah, he
Day
did
after the
throw
big
he
game,
did
it's
throw
easy
him
to
a
feel like
Coors
a
Light
sloth.
and he couldn't grab it, right? Because it went by him
Oh,
too
it's a
fast.
case of the Mondays.
Case
Is
of
what
the
it's
Mondays.
what it's relating to.
Yeah, that's right. We had Eugene Levy and his Little Caesars
Eyebrows.
commercial
Yeah,
with the eyebrows, which was kind of funny. I thought it was
it was
pretty funny.
interesting.
It was okay. We had the Pringles one where he just blew in the can.
Adam
And
Brody. Yep.
yeah, and he blows in the can and all yeah, and that's when we get Nick Offerman, James Harden, and
Yeah.
all of that, right? The Pringles commercial, which was
James Harden's must
yeah,
weird
right.
this picture
And,
jumping onto his face.
and he's like, can I have the bet? No, I like it. Um. Anyway, Nick Offerman's quite funny, by the way. Anyway,
He
this
is,
was
yeah.
good. This was a good commercial. It wasn't great. I did like the Ultra commercial where they were hustling for the Ultras and playing pickleball with Willem Dafoe and Catherine O'Hara. I liked this one, just from an old person standpoint, right? And
Have you played pickleball?
I have not played pickleball yet.
It's very fun.
It seems like it would be.
It's very fun.
I'd
Your
like
knees
to play.
hurt.
I need. Well, see, I need your mom to get better so she can play with me
Yeah,
because I
so
need a
she can
partner.
play.
Yeah.
That's fair. We'll get Chelsea to do it. Chelsea will play with you.
Oh, she probably would.
That's right. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I've gone and played a couple times, but I saw this commercial and
Yeah, it's
it's
funny.
really easy to lure yourself into being competitive
Oh, I bet it
while
is.
playing pickleball. And I can imagine if somebody said, "Hey, let's put some beers on the line," I'd be like, "All right, let's go."
We're professional athletes. What sport? Anyway,
Sport.
that was pretty good. And then probably I know is one of your favorites one. This Bud Light commercial
Oh yeah.
with Post Malone and it wasn't bad. You had Peyton Manning at the end, right? Which you can't go wrong
Peyton
with, right?
Manning,
And
these
that
guys are
giant
so
cooler,
cool.
right? That giant
Yep.
long cooler, right? It was not bad. The backyard, what was it called? The cul-de-sac, and the cul-de-sac guys.
Big guys on the cul-de-sac.
Big guys on the cul-de-sac. It was a pretty good commercial. I didn't mind it too much.
I just loved that line at the end. We said, "Hey, can you move your boat? I don't want the HOA all over my ass."
Yeah, right.
It's just such a funny line.
We had the replay of when Harry Met Sally, right?
I've
Billy
been
Crystal
to
and
this
this
deli.
diner,
I've
this deli.
ate
Is that
I've
Katz's?
ate a sandwich. Yep.
Yeah.
In this deli.
Yeah, it's a nice
It's
one.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I heard Sydney Sweeney was going to be in this, and she was at
Briefly.
the end.
Briefly.
I was upset that they just redid the same thing, and then Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney commented on it. I thought it would have been funny.
The
Like
same
if-
way, right?
if
The same, yeah.
Like let's say Meg Ryan starts doing her thing, starts going crazy,
Mhm.
and then Billy Crystal starts looking around, and then other girls in there are all doing it too, and they're all celebrities.
There was more
Sydney
options.
Sweeney I feel like it was just a little
Yeah.
boring.
It wasn't as good as it could have been, but it was good. I loved them. The movie came out like in the 90s, and I watched it. It was a good movie. Anyway, this was actually one of my favorite commercials, the Dave Beckham commercial.
David's, yeah.
And not because of anything that happened until the very end. If you watch the whole commercial and you listen to it, at the very end he goes, "My brother's a famous football player. How famous are you? Are you Matt Damon famous?" And he goes, "No, more like Ben Affleck." And he goes, "That's unfortunate."
That's unfortunate.
That was hilarious. But that commercial, just for that last line, everything else is all right. But two Daves.
Matt Damon looked a little old in this commercial.
He's old. He's not young. He's not. These guys have been around. And then you had the meta, right? Who eats art?
Yeah.
With Chris Pratt.
The Chris's, yeah.
The Chris's, yeah. That was quite funny. I actually thought that was quite funny. I didn't think we needed a Jenner in it, but whatever. It is what it is. Eating the $6 million banana. So
$6 million banana.
that was kind of funny. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Good.
And then you had this, which is the anti-hate one, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind Snoop Dogg. Again, I don't like Tom Brady, so there's that. But I mean, like, we could have done with different people. We could have done something with a little. I don't know. It could have been better. I don't know. I feel like it was too. I mean, I had to see Tom through the whole damn game. I had to listen to his voice, and then I had to listen to him on commercial too. I don't need that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, anyway, that's just what I felt.
Yeah.
I don't mind the anti-hate message. I get it. I like it. I just feel like we could have found two other people to do it, or somebody. I don't know. It was a weird.
The thing I don't like about Snoop Dogg is that he feels like he will do anything.
Yeah.
He'll sell out and do anything. So
Yeah.
I don't. When he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do an anti-hate commercial," I'm like, "Eh." Like, yeah, of course you will, because you'll do anything.
Yeah, he'll do anything.
And Tom Brady, we just don't love that much.
We just don't. His voice. There's something about his voice. I don't mind him necessarily. There's something wrong with his voice. It grates on my nerves, and I don't know what it is. I haven't figured it out yet. As a person, I really don't care. I'm indifferent to Tom Brady. But as a voice, I don't know. I want to hear it. So, I don't know. Whatever.
It's not the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it is what it is. Let's change the subject a little bit. Let's talk about the NBA. We got a little bit of time here, so we're gonna talk about the NBA, which, by the way,
wait, have we done our trivia questions?
We have. Do you want to do it now? We could do it now. This is All-Star related. It's fine. We can do it now. Let's
do it. Okay.
Well, okay. Let's just go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna go back to here. Whoop! Before we go to the NBA. All right. There's two parts to the trivia question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Part number one is a one-part question. You ready? The question is this.
Part number one is a one-part question.
Part number two is a four-part question.
That means it's an A through D.
Except one of the parts of four will be answered by question one.
How exciting!
Figure all this out. I don't know what we're gonna do. Here's question one. What person, sports figure, has played? We're talking about the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, and MLB, the four major sports in the United States. What sports player, what figure, has played in the most All-Star games in his career?
All right. Well, we're going to talk about somebody who is played for a long time.
Yes.
In any sport.
Yes.
So the longest tenured NBA player who I can think of All-Stars would be LeBron. The longest tenured NHL player who I can think of All-Stars would be either Lemieux or Gretzky.
Okay.
And then the longest tenured NFL player, Tom Brady.
Okay.
But no, Tom Brady didn't play in a lot of All-Star games.
Yeah.
He declined a lot of those.
Yeah, these are Pro Bowls, right? Named to the Pro Bowl. That's all you had to be was named to the Pro Bowl. You didn't have to play in it. But the question was played in it. This is because I know guys that have actually okay. There's played in it and there's named to the Pro Bowl. That's the second part of this question. By the way. So the first part is which player has played in the most All-Star games? That's the Pro Bowl, the NBA All-Star, NHL All-Star, the MLB.
I'm going to go with LeBron.
Okay, that's not.
It's like 13 years or some shit.
Not correct.
Oh, okay. What's the answer?
So the answer is actually Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron was named to 21 All-Star teams. Okay,
Can we try and keep it modern era?
he played in 25 games because apparently, and I didn't know this until I started researching this. Back in the day, they played more than one All-Star game in some years.
What?
Right? You
Wait,
go. You go
what's
look it
the
up.
context? Is it like a
Go look it up.
an AL and an NL?
Go look it up.
Why don't you just tell me?
No, that's not part of the question. We're not going too deep.
Okay.
Hank
All right, I'll look it
Aaron
up later.
played in 25 games in 21 seasons. Okay,
Dang.
he was named to
kinda
the
crazy.
he was named to the MLB All-Star in 21 seasons. Willie Mays, Stan Musial are tied for second. They played in 20. They were named to All-Star team 20 times. They played in 24 games. Okay, about the same time
Louise.
frame, give or take, as Hank Aaron. So there's that. So I
Just
didn't
like the regular season, the MLB has too many All-Star games.
right. So here's the so you know the answer to part of number question 2. Question 2 is, in each sport, which player has been named to the All-Star team the most times? Well, you know it's Hank
Okay.
Aaron, right? In the MLB.
Well, we know it's Hank Aaron.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
got 3 other sports.
So I'm gonna go with LeBron.
Okay, LeBron is right at 21. Who's
Okay.
second?
After LeBron.
Because I got to make it tough.
Ooh. So the problem is you have a lot of guys that pop into your head. So Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan only played 14 or 15 seasons in the NBA.
Right.
So then you start trying to dig deep. Magic Johnson. I'm gonna go with Magic Johnson.
It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh,
Nin-
right period.
19 times. So
yeah,
that's
I figured you would have had to have steered back quite a ways.
Yeah.
Because my other option was gonna be Wilt.
right. Well, again, and see,
But-
Kareem.
Okay, so LeBron's.
Kareem was named to the All-Star team 19 times, and he didn't play NBA basketball till he was 22. He's not like LeBron, who
Yeah.
played at, 17 or however it was, 18? Anyway,
Yeah.
so there's that. He could have played in more had he.
That's fair.
He probably would have played in 4 more. All right, so we got 2 left. We got the NFL, and we got the NHL. What do you got?
So who's been named?
Named to the Pro Bowl or NHL All-Star game the most times.
Okay. So my brain tells me like Tom Brady. But also there's like Peyton Manning played for a long time. Crap. This is difficult.
It's not as easy as you'd like it to
Why
be.
did we pick a hard
I
question?
mean, this part 2 is hard. Number 1 was actually, I didn't think it was that hard because I actually knew that Hank Aaron played forever. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll go with I'm gonna go with Peyton. Let's go with Peyton.
Okay, so Peyton Manning is tied for second with
Tied for second
with 14 Pro Bowls. Yeah, tied for second with 3 other guys. That's Tony Gonzalez, Bruce Matthews, and Merlin Olsen back in the day.
Then it's got to be Tom Brady.
It is Tom Brady at
Tom
15.
Brady has to have. Yeah, Tom Brady played one more year than Peyton Manning.
Tom Brady at 15. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
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 All right. So now that leaves you with the NHL. Who's been named
I'm
to
gonna
the
go with
All-Star game the most times in the NHL?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Gretzky.
It is not Wayne Gretzky.
Ooh, second guess was Mario Lemieux.
Wayne Gretzky, by the way, is 3rd on this list.
What?
3rd on the list in terms of total
No
All-Star games.
way.
3rd with he's 15. He has 15 All-Star game selections. He's 3rd on this list.
All right, so I have two more guesses. I'm gonna go with Mario Lemieux for number 2.
Mario Lemieux. Let me find him because he's on this list somewhere.
Oh my gosh, you have to find him.
Yeah, no,
that
he's
far
not.
down?
Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux played in 9 All-Star games in 17 seasons. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go more recent. Let's say Ovi. Let's go Ovechkin.
Alex Ovechkin has played in 12 All-Star games in 19 seasons.
Is that the most?
No. Well, Wayne Gretzky has 15.
Oh.
15 in 20 seasons.
Sorry.
And he's 3rd.
Bobby Orr.
So Bobby Orr played in 9 All-Star games in 12 seasons.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The NHL is stingy.
It's
with
tough,
their
right?
All-Stars.
It's tough. Well, not necessarily.
Who
You're
is it?
missing
Let's hear
you're
it.
missing a normal
Oh,
name that
a classic
a
name.
classic name that you should know. And that's Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe played in 21 All-Star games in 26 seasons in the NHL.
All right.
So there's that. Second place is Ray Bourque.
Hey, go Bork.
Yeah, he had 19 in 22 seasons. He was named to the All-Star team 19 times in 22 seasons. pretty freaking amazing.
That means that like Bobby Hull's got to be up there.
Bobby Hull's
Lidstrom's got to be up
5th, right? He's
there.
got 12. Who what
Yeah,
was the other one you said?
I said Lidstrom.
Ooh,
Nicholas.
not so much.
No.
Not so much. He's not on this. Oh, he's 12. Now you're right. He's there. I missed him because he's
Okay.
right next to Alex. He's next to Ovi. 12 times, yeah.
Yeah, and then of
Hull
course
and
you have
Lidstrom.
Jaromir Jagr. He's probably gonna be closer to Mario
8.
Lemieux because they were around the same time.
8.
Yeah.
Yep. Lemieux was 9. Yager's 8.
Makita.
Stan Mikita has 8. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is kind of surprising.
Sidney Crosby has 8. If that helps you.
Sidney only has 8.
8 in 19 years. Yeah.
Jesus, they're stingy with their
I mean,
MVPs.
sometimes.
Apparently, they didn't used to be because Gordy had
21 in 26
21
years.
and 26.
He was,
yeah.
but he was by far the best player in the league forever. So there's that.
I mean, Ovi's got 12 and 19, but I'm seeing here. All right, hold on. I pulled up a list, and I'm seeing here that it looks like some guys, the newer guys, are less in more years, like a Sidney Crosby 8 and 19, like a
They played for a long time, just not as much.
It's been a bigger gap.
Yeah, that's true. Like Bobby Orr, 9 and 12 years. That's a lot. That's almost every year, right? Getting named.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's some of that. Maurice Richard, Rocket Richard, 14 in 18 years.
All right, so we got Gordie Howe,
Gordie Howe.
LeBron James,
LeBron
Hank
James.
Aaron, and Tom Brady.
Those are your all-time who've played in the most
selected.
Yeah, most selected to the All-Star game. There you go.
Interesting.
Right? I know. I thought it was interesting.
I like it.
Let's talk about the NBA real quick and players that are now playing in different places where they really shouldn't be playing, or I don't know, whatever. Luka Doncic looks weird in a Lakers uniform, but
yeah, it's strange. I don't like it.
It is weird, right? But by the same token, Anthony Davis looks weird in a Mavs uniform, and that Mavs uniform that's gray looks weird to begin with. It's just white and gray.
I like the monochrome look.
I don't know. It should be a splash of color somewhere. Maybe this paisley print down the side should have been Maverick blue or something. I don't know.
If you're gonna do the paisley print, then you do the letters and the number.
I don't know.
You do them too.
Kind of weird. So Anthony Davis. Here's my question: you traded to get Luka Doncic, and you got rid of Anthony Davis, right?
Yeah.
So you're clearly trying for offense, because Anthony Davis is a much better defender than Luka Doncic will ever dream about being.
Yeah.
Okay, so why would you do that? Do you think that the offense is the way to go? Or are you trying to put butts in the seats? Because is Anthony Davis hurt more than Luka Doncic? They seem like they're hurt about the same amount. It feels weird. It feels like a weird trade-off, like I'm trading defense for offense. Because even Anthony Davis will still give you 20 points, right? And 12 rebounds, 25 or maybe. I don't know what his career average is. I haven't really looked. But I'm guessing he's 25 and 12. Doncic.
Here's an important thing: is Luka only costs $43 million this year, $45 million next year.
Yeah, it's money.
Anthony Davis, is going to be $42 million.
Okay.
Oh wait, that was Anthony Davis is going to be $42 million for a guy who's just going to get hurt all the time. Like it just doesn't feel worth. Oh, sorry, $54 million next year, 58 the next year after that. That's the estimate if he gets re-signed. What he's worth. Yeah, I think you're selling tickets. One, I think Anthony Davis is the only piece you have that you're comfortable letting go of that has value like that. So I think that's part of it. Who else? You're not going to get rid of Austin Reeves for Luka Doncic. That's not happening. Not Rui Hachimura. It's LeBron and Anthony Davis. Those are your two money makers.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to bring in a different money maker, you got to let one go. So they chose Anthony Davis because they're not going to get rid of LeBron.
So here's my question. Luka averages for his career 28.6 points a game.
Yeah.
And 9.4 rebounds. And Anthony Davis averages 24.2 and 10.7. There's not a gigantic difference. Yeah,
so a couple more points for Luka and a couple more rebounds for Davis.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, what about the assist numbers?
2.5 for a career for Anthony Davis, 2.5, and Luka Doncic is averaging 8.8. No,
All
that's not
right.
right.
So
8.3.
that's a
8.3 for
that's
correct.
a that's a 5 point difference.
It
That's a 5 assist
it's a
difference per
big deal.
game.
You're right. It is.
So maybe those are the deal breakers, or some hustle things
It
down the
could
stat
be.
line.
It could be. But you're also talking about giving up blocks. Luka Doncic averages a half a block a game for his career.
Yeah, that's true.
Anthony Davis is averaging 2.3 for his career. So there's some things going on. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird trade to me. It's money. It's got to be money generated. I get it. That's why you did it. But Luca, I don't think. I know it's a bigger name technically right now because Anthony Davis plays with LeBron. He's been second fiddle for however long he's been there. Plus, been hurt. Um, so it's a name move. If in addition to the money move to me, um, he's currently hot. That Hansel's so hot right now. That kind of thing.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
That's what I don't know. I feel like that's what we're doing. I don't know. It's weird to me. I just don't like it that much. I don't know how. I guess the Lakers. Well, I guess we'll find out, right? Um,
I mean, the Lakers are hot right now. They're playing. I say good basketball. It's not good basketball. It's garbage basketball, but it's Laker basketball, which has always been garbage basketball.
and they are hot. They've won what? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of the last 11, and 12 out of the last 14. So at some point in time, they decided to play basketball, but they had done most of that without Luca. So why the need to get him is the question I have, right? If you were already hot, why all of a sudden it has to be money driven, but now you're risking going into a spin or a tank or whatever. They did score 132 points against the Jazz. There's that. That's a lot of points. They're averaging in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. They're averaging about 128 points a game, which is a lot. But the NBA is kind of headed that way also. So
well, how about this?
Yeah.
LeBron James is number 2 on the NBA's top selling jersey list.
Yeah.
And Anthony Davis is not on that list.
Okay, but Luka probably is.
Luka's number 8.
So
you just brought in the number 8 guy. You slapped him in a Laker uniform, which is going to drive all these kids crazy.
Right.
So he's gonna get pulled up from 8 to probably 4th or 5th, like on this list, and you're gonna have 2 of the top 5 jersey sales numbers in the league. It felt like it was kind of an unnecessary move to make, but also you weakened another West opponent.
Yeah.
Right. So that helps you because the Lakers are definably better than the Mavericks, especially if you take Luka off the Mavericks, even if you put AD on them. And now AD got hurt in game number 1. So
yeah,
AD's out indefinitely.
I mean,
so maybe they knew something suspicious about that.
That seems fishy, right? But I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. It just seems like a weird trade.
He's a walking injury.
A couple other guys that have moved recently. So Jimmy Butler's a Golden State Warrior.
It's a weird one.
It is a weird one. But if you're betting on playoff Jimmy to get you through, maybe that's what the deal is. But Golden State is 27 and 26 right now, and they're in the occupying the 9th/10th spot with Sacramento. Just a half a game above Phoenix, really, and you're out. any loss, and you're going to be back down below the line. I don't know. It feels like they're reaching for something. Maybe they're trying to shake it up because they're not playing great, or I don't know. But
they needed something, and I don't know what it was, but they did not have it. So it's good that they did something, but I don't know that was the move.
De'Aaron Fox is now a San Antonio Spur.
That's weird.
It is a weird move, right?
I liked him on
Sacramento.
He was a scrappy little underdog, but now he's Victor Wembanyama's number 2.
Number 2, yeah. He went from a team that was in the playoff hunt to now San Antonio, who's probably going to be in the market for another lottery pick.
Yeah, I mean they're 3 games out of 10.
Let's be fair.
They're in a good position.
Let's be fair. Washington, the Wizards are 9 and 44. Right? No one's catching them unless you really try. And that's I'm looking at you, New Orleans and Utah, who have 12 wins.
Right.
But everybody else has, Charlotte has 13, I guess. Like the Blazers, who have 23 wins. They're 11 ahead of Utah and New Orleans, wins-wise. And they're not going to be in that lottery conversation. I mean, they're going to get a lottery ball in there, but however many they get. But
yeah.
Portland never wins anything. So
since trading for Jimmy Butler, they're 2-0?
Hey.
I mean,
you got to do what you got to do.
I'm trying to make sure that's accurate.
Beat the Bulls, and they beat did he play against the Bulls? Was that his debut? Yeah,
his debut was
25
against,
points
the Bulls,
against the Bulls. Yeah, so they're 2-0.
Yeah, they're 2-0 with
Let's
Jimmy Butler, and they're moving into a stretch here against Dallas, Houston, and Sacramento where they could win three more.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they did beat the Bucks. I mean, in Milwaukee too. So they won at Chicago and at Milwaukee. They're going to play at Anthony Davis and those Dallas Mavericks tomorrow. Um, I don't know. I just don't know. The NBA is a weird thing right now because like Cleveland and Oklahoma City are the two best teams, and I feel like
So weird.
it feels strange, right?
The
Because
Knicks are up there again.
third
When did that
again, but
happen?
they're a long
Yeah.
ways out. They're 8 games behind Cleveland. We played 53 games at this point, so you only got like 29 games left.
And Memphis is quietly the 2 seed
The
in the
two
West.
seed, but Memphis has been here before. Memphis
It's true.
is
They
a
were good last
constant
year.
letdown, right? Well, let's move to this because we might as well if we're going to talk about the standings. There's your NBA standings. This is provided by ESPN. Your Eastern Conference standings, like we were looking at earlier, this is the conference standings, and Boston is where they should be. Milwaukee's probably further down than they should be. I think they're probably should be better than that. They're 3-7 in the last 10, so that's not great. But Detroit is in a playoff spot. Yeah, I said it. The Detroit Pistons are in a playoff spot. That sounds weird. The Sixers down there at 20 and 33. That feels weird, right? The Nets, who were always seemed to be hovering around back when KD was there, and they're now 19 and 34. They're at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
There's some weird feels to this. These teams right here that are 7 through 10, Miami, Atlanta, Orlando, Chicago. Yeah, okay, they probably should be right there. I feel like Detroit is one of those teams that's 10 or 9, right? If they made it to the play, they're above 500, right? They're right there. Could go
Hell
as
is happening in
could
Detroit.
could go as high as 4. Your Western Conference, yeah, Oklahoma City, 43 and 9. They got some players. That's a good basketball team. And you're right, Memphis is quietly number 2. Denver, the Lakers,
Still hanging around.
yeah,
I mean, Oklahoma City was number 1 last year
yeah, it's
at
true.
the end of the regular season. So this is 2 years in a row that they're putting on a clinic.
It's true. It's just weird. It's a weird feel to the year this year so far. I haven't gotten a good hold of it, and I've watched a couple games, and I'm like, I don't know who the good teams are. I feel like anybody can beat anybody at any point in time, and yet there's Oklahoma City with 43 and 9, right? And Cleveland at 43.
So clearly people can't just beat them.
Yeah, no, nobody, not a whole lot of beating Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City has won 6 straight, right? So with
they're
wins
on a tear right
with
now.
wins over Memphis and the Suns and the Bucks, and they scored 144 points against Sacramento. That's a lot of points. By the way,
A lot of points.
that's a lot of points. These are 1970s, early 80s numbers.
Yeah.
Back when scoring was a thing and they didn't call no fouls. So yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. We got a long ways to go. We got 30 games to go, right? 28 to 30 games, give or take, depending on who you are and what you got. But the one thing you can be sure of, the Portland Trailblazers, they ain't going nowhere. It's a lottery pick team. They're going to get a couple of balls in the thing. They're still going to get like the 9th or 10th pick or whatever it is because there's 5 teams ahead of them already, 6 teams ahead of them, 7 teams ahead of them in terms of losses.
And they're starting to lose again. They had that little streak there where they were 10 of 11.
They're 7
and now they're
7 and 3 in their last 10.
Yeah, but more specifically, they've lost 2 or 3 in a row.
It's true. But it is the Nuggets and the Wolves. The Nuggets.
I hear you.
They give
And they have
146
the
to the
Nuggets again.
Nuggets. They give 146 to the Nuggets. Well, the good news is the Nuggets won't play. It's back-to-back nights, right? Did they lose the night? Was it today? Yeah, they won't play. They won't play everybody tomorrow. They'll rest everybody.
No, they'll sit for a day or two, and then they'll play the Blazers again. Yeah.
They play tomorrow night at 6:00 in Denver. A game you could go to. Anyway,
I could. Yeah.
yeah, probably tickets are cheap because it's Portland. But yeah, I don't know.
That's probably right.
I don't have any. I feel like Portland's in this terrible situation. They can't win enough games to get good. They can't lose enough games, or they don't. I don't want to tell them to tank, but they aren't losing enough games to be bad enough to ensure a great draft pick. And yet there you are getting the 8th or 9th, 10th pick, which should be a good player. Portland has a history of drafting nobodies and nobody that works out anyway. The great Blazer draft picks you can probably count on 2 hands. So in their history. Anyway,
It's more like if you're gonna tank, just tank.
just tank, just
Quit
do it.
quit living in between.
Don't muck around. Uh, let's talk about the NBA or the NBA. Let's talk about the NHL real quick. The Four Nations face. God, I can't even talk. The Four Nations face off is this year's All Star game. Um, four teams: Canada, Finland, the United States, and Sweden.
Yeah.
Filled with NHL players from those countries. Why are we doing it this way? I mean, they're mixing it up. We'll give them credit for mixing it up and trying something different.
Yeah.
But why are we leaving players from other countries off of these lists? Why can't they be in the All Star game? Well, because you got to fill this. Example being, Canada's got how many players are on this team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 25 players.
Yeah.
On this roster, you had to fill it with 25 Canadians that are better than any Russian or Lithuanian or Ukrainian or whatever country, Czechoslovakian. They're not getting in the All-Star game just because of where they're from, which seems weird to me. That just seems like not the right way to do it. I don't mind this format. Maybe if it was outside, maybe if it was in the summer, outside of the NHL season, you did a thing, but it seems weird. It just seems weird to me.
It seems strange, that's for sure. But the other thing is that we don't know that they didn't ask those other people.
That's
right. They might have approached Russia and said, "Hey, we want to do."
So
here's something to consider. This is not a national hockey team sponsored event.
No.
This is not the USA hockey,
right.
the Russian hockey, the Finland hockey. This is the NHL putting on a thing.
Agreed.
Using players from these countries. So this is all still under the contract and umbrella of the NHL. So they don't have connections maybe in certain ways, which is why all their jerseys are going to be Fanatics, even though the USA and Canada and Finland actually,
right?
I don't think about it, are sponsored by Nike for official hockey purposes. So it's kind of a weird fill thing. But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to generate NHL interest by. I mean, obviously Canada will show up for their hockey players. I'm pretty sure these other countries will too. USA is probably the biggest flex on that. Whether they'll show up, but you put USA versus Canada on it, people tune in.
Yeah, I feel like
versus East versus West.
I get it. I feel like, and this thing starts tomorrow, by the way. I feel like
it should be good too.
It might be. I feel like if you're betting money right on this, you're betting on Canada, right? I mean,
Canada's really good.
Sidney Crosby, really Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Brad Marchand. These guys are. This is a loaded lineup. I feel like it's going to be hard for anyone to compete with that. I mean, looking at the U.S. lineup, and there's a couple of Kachucks on there, and Austin Matthews. I know a few of these guys, Chris Kreider, but they're. I mean, they don't have the name. They don't have the draw that the Canadians do, for sure. And I think that Finland and Sweden probably the reason they did that is because Finland and Sweden have the most other players in the NHL, so that's probably why they have the most to draw from, as opposed to some of the other countries. But
Canada has the most talent, top to bottom,
for sure.
USA's goaltending, might be some of the best there.
That's true.
Connor Hellebuyck is incredible.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think goaltending is Canada and the U.S.'s strongest point. And then I think the other countries, that's their weakest point. So I think it's going to end up being U.S. versus Canada.
If you're interested in watching tomorrow night, Canada and Sweden kick this off in Montreal. It is at 8 p.m. Eastern, so 5 Pacific, on Max. If you're watching True TV, TNT, and some other networks that I don't know. To be fair,
foreign networks.
Thursday night, February 13th, United States and Finland. At 8 p.m. also Eastern, ESPN Plus, because of course the United States is going to be on ESPN. Yeah. And then Saturday, February 15th, if your loved one is Canadian or from the United States and you're from the other country, well, you better. It's the day after Valentine's Day, so all bets are off. U.S. and Canada, 8 p.m. That'll be a big one. Finland, Sweden also, 1 p.m. Why such a gap? Why don't we have a double header? Why would we not play at like 3 or 4 and 8 instead of 1? I don't know. But it is what it is. So There's that, and
Because they're not trying to do the NHL thing and just overload you
we don't
with sports.
and we don't play Sunday, but we play Monday. Canada, Finland, Sweden, United States, and then the championship game. They'll figure that out by who wins all of these round robin, whatever, is on Thursday the 20th, 8 p.m. Also on ESPN. So
I mean, check that out. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We get 10 games in 9 days.
yeah, something like that.
That's not bad.
It feels weird.
That's not bad. You always talk about how the NBA drags out their tournaments, and I'm like, well, there's 10 games in 9 days for the NHL.
Well, also the NHL gets how many days off for this?
1, 2, 3.
Did they play today?
They play Wednesdays their first game.
No, did they play?
I
did the
guess so.
NHL play games today?
Oh, I guess technically today is their first day off because they played yesterday.
Let me see NHL scores. Let me go here. Yeah, there's none. There's none today. They didn't play Monday either. Sunday was the last.
Oh, so Sunday was the last game.
So they get,
okay, so technically they get.
So if you're not on
5
the
days
all,
off.
if you're not on the All-Star game and you're not on the All-Star teams, you don't play again until Saturday, February 22nd. So you get 2 weeks off.
Which is consistent.
That's Major League Baseball guys get 3 days off. It just seems weird. It seems like a long time.
Yeah, but Major League Baseball guys get 3 days off because they play one game every 7 days.
No, what?
The pitchers.
Oh, the pitchers.
The pitchers.
One
the most
every
important
every
people
4
on the
days
face
or
of the
5
earth.
days.
The pitchers. Yeah. Okay, they play one game every 5 days.
They do.
And yeah, they only get 3 days in a row off, but really they get 320 days a year off.
Yeah,
so
I get it. I hear what you're saying.
The definable thing is that the MLB does not do things in a way that most people agree is right.
Right.
So the MLB should not be looked to as, well, here's what they do. Who cares? Because they are doing it wrong.
And
they have 100 games too many
and
on this season.
And that's fine. The NBA has 4 days off.
The NBA has 4 days off, yeah. 2 weeks is a long time, but I think it's
a long time
because of this specific thing. Although I think officially the break is only the 12th through the 20th or something like that. I think teams can start participating for certain things before that or after that period. I don't know, because like with the NFL you get like, hey, you stop doing things on this day and you can start again on this day.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing in hockey. So
yeah, okay. It's all right. I'm just a little it's a little odd to me. I don't know.
There's so much sports.
It's interesting. The NHL standings are as follows. There's your Eastern Conference right there. Panthers leading the Atlantic with 71, but that's a tight race. Toronto and Tampa and others, right? There's 6 teams with 60 or more points in that division. And then you have the Metropolitan, right? The Caps with 80, right? That's a lot of points, by the way. 80 points. Carolina, they have a 10-point lead over Carolina, and then there's New Jersey, and it's quite spread out. That division is kind of more spread out. The Western Conference, you got the Winnipeg Jets with 81 points, but you got 3 teams over 70 points in that division. That's a lot of points. Dallas and Minnesota are also very good. Colorado right there with 68. And when is Utah going to name their club? It's really frustrating me that they're the Utah
next year.
Club. Is it
this
next
is
year?
Last year.
What are they going to be called? We don't know.
It's down to 3 things. Hold on.
Do we know? That's why I go to you.
So one of them is the Utah Hockey Club.
No.
I do agree. Yes, 1,000%. But the other 2 were disappointing when they said that they came down to. Hold on.
Disappointing.
Next phase. So this is January 29th. The next phase for voting. Utah's name begins. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. Okay. So its last 3 are the Utah Hockey Club, the Utah Mammoth, and the Utah Outlaws.
Oh, those are disappointing. You're not wrong.
Those are disappointing. Yeah. No. 1,000%. Hockey Club doesn't even sound that bad next to
compared
Outlaws.
to Mammoth. Right?
They're freaking Mormons. Are we talking about outlaws?
Right. Yeah. Right. Teetotalers.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's silly. They need to. There was a lot of names that people put out there that were so much better than what they ended up.
Yeah. I think you could have.
The Blizzard was a really good one that I
Blizzard's
loved.
not bad. How about the Bees?
Didn't make it.
How about the Bees? The Beehive State, right?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, they're the Beehive State, Utah.
Oh.
So
I saw one that was the Utah Frost. I thought that was kind of
Frost
cool.
is not bad. I don't necessarily love the collective name, right?
Oh, so like Swarm, Frost,
right? Swarm,
Blizzard,
yeah. Those are kind of weird.
You like a thing, like Mammoth is better because it's a thing.
Yeah, but Mammoth is just one name. I don't. Were they going to be the Mammoths or were they going to be the Mammoth?
They're the Mimai.
Mammoth. Is it that how you pluralize it? I don't know. It could be. You
I
could be
actually
right.
don't know.
You could be right. I don't know. Anyway, Edmonton and the Vegas Knights also have 72 points in the Pacific Division. Those two are hot at each other, but probably the two best teams. And then I still can't get a Seattle Kraken ticket under like $150, and
They're expensive.
and they're terrible. So not
I mean,
terrible,
but that's Northwest sports in general.
Yeah.
Like going to Blazer games was. I mean, you can get cheap ones, but they're still more expensive than they probably should be.
They are more expensive than they should be. I'd like to be able to go see one, and I just can't. So anyway, it is what it is.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. I next week. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, not at the moment.
Next week we'll talk about what are we going to talk about next week? We're going to talk about this Four Nations tournament. We'll talk about the NBA All-Star game, which is going to happen this weekend. And is it exciting at all? Is it necessary? We didn't even talk about the teams, but is it a thing that we need to do? Should they just scrap it? Should all these teams just like scrap these All-Star games? I mean, it's good for the fans, but it's supposed to be a reward for players too. But it's hard to do that when they're actively participating in crap, right? You don't get much time off.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. The NFL is the only one who does it kind of right, and yet it's wrong. Putting it at the end of the season where no one cares and people opt out of it. But yet that's when you'd want to send, hey, for your reward for being good all year, we're going to send you to Hawaii or whatever. I don't know. It seems kind of strange. But maybe it should all just be skills company. We'll talk about it next week.
Absolutely. And we're also going to talk about F1 next week.
F1, because liveries are going to come out, right? And we're going to start seeing F1 racing here shortly. I'm not sure about the schedule exactly when that first race is. I was there a minute ago.
Australia, 16th through the 18th.
14th March
through the 18th, something like that. March, yeah.
Yeah, so we're still a month away. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Bahrain testing begins at the end of February.
It's going to be good. We got new stuff, car launches and 24 race calendar. Yeah, we got all kinds of things coming. We got new rookies, right? Meet the rookies. Lewis Hamilton in red. Lots of things to talk about.
Oh, what drama.
Right? It's going to be great. I'm excited about it. So anyway, we'll talk about all that, and then we'll see what else we can find to talk about. NCAA basketball is going on, and then we're heading towards March Madness really fast. We'll talk about that. Anything else that we should talk about next week?
No. UFL return.
UFL return. I'm not sure exactly. Okay, so there's another one that I don't know exactly when we're going to start. Let me look it up because I need to know when the UFL season starts. March 28th. So we're still.
And we're getting close to spring training for baseball.
Spring training is going to come up here in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing spring training, and maybe just a little over that, you'll see games. The end of February, you'll start seeing spring training games. Yeah, that's interesting. So there's a lot going to happen. We'll have that. We'll have UFL. We'll have NHL back in action, right? And we'll have NBA and college basketball heading towards the NCAA tournament, which is maybe the most. Let's. You know what? We're going to do this. The most exciting sporting event or tournament in sports. That's what we're going to do. You're going to come up with one, and I'll come up with one, and maybe a list of top 2 or 3.
Okay, I like that.
And we'll see which one is who we think are the most exciting to watch, right? Whether it's TV or in person, doesn't matter. But just because if it's exciting, you're gonna want to watch it. But yeah. Anyway, we'll do that. We'll come up with that next week. We'll make that homework
next week.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll call it homework.
Okay, perfect. Then I think we're gonna be good. That's all we got for this week. I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank ESPN, NBC, ABC, CBS Sports, Fox Sports. I want to thank the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, and anybody who's listening. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you all next week. This has been a Brain Rock production, a division of Lonely Tree Media. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.